Welcome to the Shortwave Radio channel, and if we look once again this week at the space weather and at what's happening with the solar cycle, we are very, very high, and this solar cycle 25, actually they are saying that with the sunspot numbers, the average sunspot number that we're having, we're rivaling old cycle 23, which means that this is a much stronger cycle than the last one we had, which is a good thing. Lots of interesting comments I've noticed on the Facebook group and on the channel. There's a lot of people that are, kind of complaining, saying, well, I don't see how this is much better. I turn on the radio and it doesn't, I don't hear anything. And the problem is the perception of a cycle is depends on a lot of things. And a lot of people, I think, don't understand when's the best time to tune their shortwave radio. In the summertime, when we're at the height of summer, the sun's is so high in the sky that it actually will degrade some parts of the ionosphere. So that's why in summertime, like in July, 10 meters often isn't very good, except when there's sporadic E-skip that turns it on really well. It is a much better band in the wintertime. So, we're getting there. As starting in September and through the winter, 10 meters will be great this year. But there are times and there are patterns to understand in different propagation. Same thing with daytime listening. I know that a lot of people are listening in the daytime and like noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., which in the summertime, once again, is some of the worst time to do some radio listening for shortwave. For multiple reasons, from the stations not broadcasting towards us to, of course, the absorption of the ionosphere in many frequencies. So it's very important to understand that. And, late afternoon, evening, and night are the best times. Also, you might be turning on the radio when, for example, a solar flare happens. When that happens, what happens is that the ionosphere kind of fades and it absorbs a lot more. Because of the intense momentary radiation. And a lot of people are unfortunately unaware that, a solar flare might be happening at a certain time. So they're not hearing anything. And of course, high solar activity is great, but it brings geomagnetic storms. And that also could create problems. And in the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot. So what you need to do is really, really be careful in your listening when you are listening. And also, if one day it doesn't work well, the next day might be much better. Because overall, when no geomagnetic storms are happening and no solar flares, I've noticed actually amazing propagation in the last few weeks. So it's just a question of good timing, listening at the best times possible, and don't abandon, because there's a lot of stuff in the higher frequencies. And, we'll get into fall in the northern hemisphere and then winter, and that's going to be amazing for propagation also. So we are in the strongest solar flare since cycle 23, and I'd hope that it continues like that and might even rise higher. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.